Welcome, my dear students. Our session today is about comparing and ordering decimal numbers. Okay, let's start our session. We will notice that between any whole numbers, we have an infinite number of decimal numbers. Between 1 and 2, for example, or 3 and 4, we have an infinite number of decimal numbers. For example, if we want to write the whole number before and after, okay, just before and after the given decimal numbers, how can we do that? The first one here we have 0.45. This decimal number lies between two whole numbers. The first one is 0, because here we have 0 and decimal fraction. Okay, and what is the whole number just after 0? 1. Whole number means number without any fractions, just a number. Okay, here we have 0.1 by the same way. This number 0, and also we have a fraction here which is 1/10 or 1/10. So the whole number is 0 and the next number is 1. 9.54. This number lies between the whole number 9 and what is the second one? The number just after 9 is 10. So 9.54 lies between 9 and 10. Let's move to 5.6. This number lies between, yes, 5 and 6. Okay, 4.156. This number lies between 4 and what is the number just after 4? The whole number just after 4 is 5. So this number lies between 4 and 5. 23.56. This number lies between the whole number 23 and the whole number 24. Okay, I want you to notice that if you have 3/10, for example, this fraction is the same as 30/100. If you multiply up and down by 10, the result will be 30/100. Okay, also this is the same as 300/1000. It means the decimal fraction 0.3 is the same as 3/10, which is also equal to 0.30 and 0.300. Okay, what does it mean? It means that if you add 0 to the right of the decimal fraction, the value doesn't change. Again, if we add 0 to the right of any decimal number, its value will not change. Okay? Okay, how to compare between two decimal numbers? The first step is comparing between the whole numbers. If they have different whole numbers, compare between the whole numbers only. If they have the same whole number, in this case, you should be sure that the two numbers have the same number of decimal places. 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places, then compare between the decimal parts. Okay, let's take an exercise to clarify how to compare between two decimal numbers. But before that, we want to remember that 1/4 is the same as 0.25, 1/2 is the same as 0.5, 3/4 is the same as 0.75. Okay, don't forget. Okay, let's move to our exercise. Put a suitable sign greater than, less than, or equal. Let's start with the first one here. We said before, the first step is to compare between the whole parts. The whole parts here is 16, and here we have 6. So which one is greater? Of course, 16 is greater than 6. Okay, the next one we have the whole numbers 5 and 6. So 5 is less than 6. Don't look at the decimal part. If the two whole numbers are different, don't look at the decimal part. Okay, we have a 29 and here also we have 29. Yes, in this case, move to the decimal part. Here we have two decimal places, tenths and hundredths. Here we have only one decimal place. So we will add 0 to the right. We said before, if you add 0 to the right of the decimal number, the value doesn't change. So I'll add 0 here. Okay, now I have 15 and 50. Of course, 15 is less than 50. Okay, let's move to another one. Here we have 3.5 and 3.05. Okay, the whole number is 3 here and here. Okay, let's move to the decimal part. Here we have only one decimal place, but here we have two decimal places. So add 0 to the right. Okay, let's add 0 to the right. Now what do we have? We have 3.50 and 3.05. This is 50 and here we have only 5. Only 5. So 50 is greater than 5. Okay, let's move to the next one. 0.676 and 0.9. Okay, the whole number here is 0. The whole number here is also 0. Okay, let's move to the decimal part. Here we have two decimal places. Here we have only one decimal place. So what? Yes, add 0 to the right. Now we have 76 and 90. Of course, 76 is less than 90. By the same way, let's do this one. 12.65 and 12.7. The same whole number, 12 and 12. So look at the decimal part. We have 65 here. Okay. So two decimal places. Here we have only one. So of course we will add 0 here. Now we have 12.65 and 12.70. Of course 70 is greater than 65. So 12.65 is less than 12.7. Okay, let's move to the next one. We have 56 and 57. The whole number here is 56 and here 57. Of course, 56 is less than 57. The last one, here we have 12.6. But here we have 12 and 3 over 4. How can we compare between them? Let's think. We said before 3 over 4 is 0.75. So 12 and 3 over 4 or 12 and 3 quarters equal 12.75. Okay, let's see. Here we have 12.6. The whole number here and here is 12. Here we have only one decimal place. Here we have two decimal places. So let's add 0. Now we have 60 and 75. Of course, 60 is less than 75. Okay, so if you have a mixed number, change it or convert it into a decimal number to compare between two numbers from the same kind. Okay, so again, if you have different whole number, just compare between the whole numbers. If we have the same whole number, look at the decimal part and be sure that we have the same decimal places, the same number of decimal places. If you need, you can add 0 to the right. Okay, let's move to the next exercise. Write 3 decimal numbers lying between 0.1 and 0.2. Let's think. Is there any numbers between 1 and 2? No, we don't have. But we said before, if you add 0 to the right of the decimal number, the value doesn't change. So let's put 0 here and here. Now we have 10 and 20. Now we have 10 and 20. Is there any numbers between 10 and 20? Of course, we have a lot of numbers. Okay, let's try to write, for example, we have 0.11, 0.12, 0.15, 0.13, 0.19, 0.17, and so on. Okay, but here we need only 3 numbers. You can choose the numbers you want. Okay, let's move to the next one by the same way. Here we have 49.04 and 49.05. By the same way, between 4 and 5, I can't imagine any numbers between 4 and 5. But I want to add 0 here and here. Now we have many numbers between 40 and 50. I write the whole numbers, then I'll change only 40 to, for example, 41, 42, 43, whatever, what you want, okay? So we can write 49.042, we can write 49.046, 49.049, or whatever, okay? Numbers between 40 and 50. So between any whole numbers, we have an infinite number of decimal numbers. Also, between any 2 decimal numbers, we have an infinite numbers of another decimal numbers. Okay, let's move to this exercise. I want to underline the equal numbers in the following group. We have a group of numbers. 2 numbers of them are equal, but I don't know which of them are equal. Okay, let's think. Let's look at the whole numbers first. All the whole numbers here are 5, except the last one here is 50, so this number is not equal to any of the other numbers. Okay, let's look at the decimal part. We have here 3 decimal places, 3 decimal places, 3 decimal places, and here also 3 decimal places, but here we have only 2, so let's add 0. Now, can you see the equal numbers? Look at the numbers here. Can you see the equal numbers? Yes, the first number here is exactly the third one. Okay, 5.73 is the same as 5.730. Okay, so now we have 2 equal numbers. Okay, that's all about our session today. I want you to solve a lot of exercises and be ready to the next session. Next time we will discuss operations on decimal numbers. Thank you very much for watching. See you next session and goodbye.